Hey, how's it going? I'm back at Birch today. I want to shoot even. I don't know if it's possible. It's also very, very cold. So let's do it.
I'm going to take 2 off the top here, like I always do. And it's a good thing because that first one is terrible. Second drive, though, is acceptable. It's a little low, and it hits the rock wall in front of the basket. A little short, yeah. I also took a few funsies just to warm up my body. It was very, very cold out. And this travels right over the top of the basket. So close. And this next funsie, again, right next to the basket. So close.
I'm all around that basket today.
But it's okay because my second drive was great. Tapping for birdie pretty much.
So I wasn't sure until I showed up, but this course's baskets are in the short positions right now, which means I have a potential for an eagle on hole 6, as long as my hand warms up enough before we get there.
So all I'm trying to do here on hole 2 is follow the trail. The basket is going to be to the left of the second big mound, and this felt so good. That's an insanity. It's like a 9.5 negative 1.5 2. Great disc. Love that disc.
I'm going to try to keep the birdie train going today as best I can, because I'd really like to shoot. I mean, I like to shoot even, but now that they're in the shorts, I think I can do a little bit better than that. It just depends on placement and if my body warms up. It is like 30 degrees out here right now.
It was so cold. I don't think I ended up warming up until much, much later in the round. But yeah, birdie again. Feels real good. Being 2 under through 2 is such a great way to start. And hole 3 is always real tough getting out of this like jail of trees. And I don't manage to do it. But my recovery, I recover really well from this. So I have to take a funsie now just to see if I can get out of the trees. And like, it's bittersweet because I nail it and it's great, but that could have been my first shot. I could have done it off the tee and I didn't.
All right, redeem myself a bit there. It's okay because my second redeeming drive was in a birdie look, but my actual recovery is just a tap in for par. Nice.
There are a couple different ways you can play hole 4. With the baskets in the short position, I like a forehand. I mean, I like a forehand in longs too.
Wow, that stayed straight for so much longer than I thought it would.
And yeah, that TL3 is normally a lot more stable for me, so I thought it was going to hook up faster and it didn't. But all I'm doing is like throwing and getting nice approach shots and like nailing my putts, and that's feeling great so far.
Normally I'd throw something like a mid-range here, but because it's in shorts, I'm going to throw a putter because it's only 185 feet.
Yeah, this hole is super short in the short position, but it's really easy to like get a little afraid of the tree on the right side and do what I did and pull it super wide left.
There's a lot of trees off the tees today.
Yeah, it's okay though, man. We've all been there. I did take a funsie. You can kind of see the disc at the other tree that's like past the basket. But again, it's like the drives are whatever, and the approaches are good, and the putts are fine, and that was a nice tap in.
Baskets confirmed, back in shorts. I'm eagling today, even if I have to throw a few discs. Whatever the first result is, I'll take that for score, but I need to hit an eagle today. I need to.
I really, really, really want to eagle right now. I've been saying for months, as soon as the baskets go back to the short positions, that I'm going to eagle this hole, and that looked so good. But I took 3 other drives just to have some assurance, and I'm sad to say that none of them really helped out. The Amamba was the furthest.
I was unfortunately very sure that this was closer, but it is not.
Yeah, so if this was just a smidge closer, I would have a better chance. And I thought that was maybe going to go in, and then I pull this one, and then I got maybe 2 other putters left, and swear to God I thought I had that.
Sad day. Sad day.
A little bit of a sad day, but you know what? It's fine, because it was just for eagle. I've aced before, and that's so much cooler. And I cannot believe that stayed in. That shouldn't have stayed in, but I snuck away with a bird.
Alright, so it's still a par 4, so I still nabbed the bird. But, oh man, did I ever feel so good about that mamba. I thought it was so much closer. I thought it was at the rock. So they forgot to move the basket back to the short position on this hole, so we're playing longs on hole 7. It's fine.
This was the first hole that I realized that they didn't just do this with hole 7. There are several holes that they had not moved the baskets back to. So every couple holes I'm like, oh, I guess we're playing longs on this one. Also, look at that bird. How good. That's a great bird. This basket is in the short position, so I'm forehanding a putter, but what I realized is I should not be forehanding an inner core because that turned way too much. If it had more fade, then I would have just been next to the basket, but instead I'm way off to the left, and then I just have to lay up and take a par, which is totally fine. Yep, very, very close. Hole 9, I feel like sometimes I've mastered, and other times, like right now, not quite. That needed to be just like a little bit more stable.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
It was in fact not okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just off to the right side. And this is also in the longs, although, to be honest, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, weirdly enough, this one's in the long position again. So, cool. Still walk away with a par, though, which is totally fine. Hole 10 in the short position is interesting. I've parked it on the short position with the forehand, but I haven't been feeling very confident getting down there with the forehand, so I thought...
It's down there, but it's way left.
I thought the backhand would be my best option, and it almost was, except I flub it a bit, so I'm taking another par. Which is fine, but it is a very scoreable hole, being downhill and all. And, yeah, I don't know why I did it. I don't know what happened there. My forehand just stopped working. And then this was just a comedy of errors. I had no good look. First bogey of the round. Feels bad, man. Feels so bad.
So hole 12 is also in the long positions.
Like there's multiple of them. I know. I didn't realize until I was editing, but I said something silly. This... I showed people how to birdie this hole. It's not with that disc, apparently. Because that flipped over way more than I expected.
There must be some wind out there, because that's not supposed to flip that much.
Yeah, I took a few more as funsies. I didn't put them in the video. They were all fine. Nothing spectacular. And, God, just missed that putt. So close. Back-to-back bogeys. Feels real rough. I'm trying to keep a good headspace here because I know how quickly it can deteriorate. You know, a couple bogeys in a row and you're just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Am I even gonna hit my line? But no, I'm keeping good attitude on the course.
You know, I don't think I've ever been here where like half of the baskets were in shorts and half of the baskets were in longs, because this one's in the longs. Go figure.
Yeah, it definitely is weird, although the couple baskets that have been in the longs don't make a huge difference score-wise. Like I will say hole 7 is much easier to birdie, but I birdied it anyway, and this one's I'm always playing hole 13 for a par. Yep, hole 14 in longs too. This becomes an actual running theme. Although I think this might be the last basket that has a short and long position. That drive was fine, just a little short. My attempt to put this in the basket, though, was misguided. I should have laid up. Because I'm taking yet another bogey. It was a good bid. The bid wasn't bad. I was going through really, really tiny tight gaps. I put that pretty much exactly where I want to, but somehow it travels way more than I need it to.
Way past it. That's uh-oh. Hole 15 was in longs because the short is back there. Right there. And then the long in my disc is over that way.
So yeah, theoretically you'd want to be a little bit more right on the release so it doesn't skip this far past the basket, or just like hope that there's better ground play or it hits that tree behind the basket or something. But I mean, I make the birdie work, and that's really all I can ask for in that situation. Hole 16 is tough. We saw Brian almost ace it a couple of videos back. He just missed. I like a forehand to go kind of around where it's a little more open, but hit a tree, couldn't make it work. Taking a par, totally fine. Ooh, hole 17 is interesting. So I always envisioned this entire like setup like you would a tunnel, and I just missed my line horribly. I'm normally a little bit better at this hole. The funzie is going to show that I know how to do it if I can hit the line. That's exactly what you want to do. That's perfect. That's legitimately
That's the way you want to do it.
Yeah, exactly how you want to do it. This is not where you want to be, because it's just like you have to be so precise. If you go a little left, you're going off a cliff OB, and it's just real rough. But that placement's not bad.
Far from there. The tree is ever so slightly in the way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that tree exists in the place it does, but I saved the par, which is great.
Here's the funzie. This funzie was like exactly what you want to do.
Beautiful. That's what I should have done the first time. And admittedly, off the tee, I thought this was pretty okay. It was a little inside. I normally would like to go a little wider, but I thought the skinny tree that I hit would push me right back towards the basket, but ultimately it doesn't matter because I hit the bird, and that feels really good.
Well, I ended up shooting 3 down today. So not only did I finally hit my have to break even goal from like a while ago, I shot under par, and that's awesome. Albeit they're in the shorts, but still feels pretty good. So hey, if you like this, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.